and then we'll jump into that. Actually, can I click it? Can I start it? I can, okay. So let's jump in. I'm just going to be quiet for a minute, and then we'll pick it up later in the draft.
Team's turn to pick.
You know, my analysis is not great on the draft anyway, so no worries there.
Radiant Team's turn to pick. Radiant Team's turn to pick. Seconds remaining.
Treant Protector.
Omni Knight.
Radiant Team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire Team's turn to ban. Radiant Team's turn to ban. Dire Team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant Team's turn to pick.
Alright, so we got a Warlock Omni Knight.
10 seconds
Right
remaining.
from us this point. That's interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
Interesting duo there.
Dire Team's turn.
Tidehunter, Tree of Protector, Wraith King coming out for Afro-Peruvian.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant Team's turn to pick.
Infamous again picks a Sven. Strong hero this patch. Ultimate gives him, is it 800 more HP? It's pretty strong right now.
Ursa Warrior.
Dire Team's turn to pick.
Well, they're coming out with Ursa. Although I don't know that the Ursa pick into Omni Knight's that great. Guardian Angel pretty much ruins their lineup right now.
Radiant Team's turn
Pick
to
the
ban.
Necro again. Looking for the Wombo Rock Fatal Bonds hook or Stormhammer Cleave hook kind of combos.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty strong team fight combos.
5 seconds remaining.
However, lots of group disable on Afro-Peruvian. Got the Ravage. Got the Overgrowth. I feel like they've got to back it up with some kind of range, though. Somebody that doesn't have to get kited around by these guys. Because they do have a lot of ways to slow down this Ursa and kite him around. Got stuns, they've got the Degenerora, Warlock Upheaval, the slow coming out from, what do they call that spell these days? Ghost Shroud? Those are all very good ways to keep the Ursa off of you once he's in the fight. Same with the Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining.
Just kind of maneuver around, let the Sven cut him down a little bit at a time.
5 seconds remaining.
Axe.
Come up with an axe.
Radiant
Kind of draw the attention away. I feel like Tinker. It's good against Finn. Could use the laser for that mischance. Also split push, which is probably good against infamous. Words are becoming hard. Because they like to group up a lot. We saw that last game of theirs. They grouped up and kind of just started running around looking for the big team fights. This Tinker could potentially punish that if the rest of Afro-Peruvian can hold it down and slow him down enough. That Tinker can get out there, split push these lanes, get some farm. Could be a good choice, actually. Although they do have quite a bit of catch for him as well. I don't know, we'll just have to see. So it'll come down to execution. I do think Infamous's lineup is more scary at this point, but if executed, though, I think Afro-Peruvian has a chance to beat him. It's just hard to pick against the Spin right now. So, we do have that going for us. Alright, let's see who has the more anime lineup. Gotta go the way of the... I don't know. Radiant? Yeah, Radiant. Maybe a closer tower battle here. Looks like Infamous Gaming's gonna take it by just a hair. Less than 50 points on the tower. The tower there, so... Starting out here, we've got T on the Axe, Kato on the Warlock again. Smith this time is doing the Necro, and on the Omni Knight, and My Destiny on the Spin. Let's look at their items. They all look pretty decent. Got an early smoke. Maybe they're going to early smoke like they did last game as well. We've got Dawn on the Tree. I Kill You, My Friend on the Ursa. Bonkers on the Wraith King. With John on the Tinker. And then we've got Evil Chars.
30 seconds to battle.
On the Tidehunter. Immediately puts point in Kraken Shell. That means when this invasion comes, he is not going to be doing a lot but tanking damage. I don't know that that was the first level skill pick, but... Smoke breaks. Ursus getting gone on. There's not much they're going to do. There comes a stun from the Wraith King. It's not going to be enough. He's going to go down. First blood is for the Necro. Infamous Gaming getting out to a good start.
Smart money.
Early 1-0 victory, and looks like they're just going to have to walk all the way back to the lane. Means they're going to miss a wave of creeps here. Now, strangely enough, it looks like they're going to do a Tree Wraith King Ursa lane. Not sure that is the play. Got an Observer Ward drop down here. It's going to spot the Wraith King trying to rotate around. Stacking stuns. Warlock's just going to be able to walk away now. Shadow worded up. Here comes the Omni Knight in. They might be able to turn this around. My Destiny's taking some damage. He's going to go down. He's probably hoping the Omni Knight is going to heal him, but instead heals the Warlock, and they get the Spin early. Some action going here mid. Tinker pushing the creep wave in. Looks like another fight about to break out bottom. Stormhammer. A couple of chops. Back to the creeps. Got a sentry ward placed down. Looking to make sure they keep an eye on that tree. He doesn't sneak in with some of those root bashes or whatever that is that he gets on his hit here. So here's where I think they're going to run into a problem with this lane. The Wraith King and the Ursa can't really walk up here to last hit, because if they get Stormhammered, Purified, Shadow Word, that may be just them dead. There just may be nothing they can do about it. So they're just kind of laying back, soaking up experience as a 3 group, and that's not really what you want to see with your tri-lane. Tinker's back behind his tower. He's getting some farm here. Looks like Finn is currently leading on last hits, followed by Tinker. And then looks like Ursa's actually getting a little bit of farm
Radiant's middle
somewhere.
tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
But
Denied.
chat wheel sounds coming into play. Guess we can get rid of that. I always forget I have these graph things. I don't do enough spectating in game. Stormhammer coming out. Looks like maybe that was just on creeps.
Double damage.
Decided he was not farming fast enough. Needed to Stormhammer some creeps. And double damage Omni Knight rotating in here. Look over here at mid. Doesn't look like anything's happening. Oh no. It's taking a lot of damage. It's now out of mana. It does have a wand though. So may be able to recover here now. Back down to the trying, putting down some more sentries. They've got 2 sentries. They can still see this tree if he walks too far to the right. He walks out for a bash, they're going to see him. And he's got to know something's up now. That Finn just walked away as soon as he walked into the lane. We got Sven leading the last hits with 17, followed up by the Tinker at 13 and 5, 12 and 0 for the Ursa, and Omni's at the bottom with none. So no farm for the Omni this game. Stormhammer comes out, starts chopping. There's a Purification, Fatal Bonds, and looks like everybody's going to be okay. Quite a bit of harass coming out. Last tango for the Wraith King. Ursa looks like he's got one more tango. And no regen left on the Treant either. They're going to have to get some more regen coming out. Nope, just a Windlace. So the stain of the Warlock and Omni Knight seems to be getting a nice victory here in the lane. The Purification on the crate. Ursa is not the happiest camper in the world right now. Oh, we are going to get a rotation in from mid here. It looks like Tinker with an Invis Rune. He's going to come down here and run everybody off. They don't have any more vision until they get right here. That's just a sentry though. So they don't. Well, it's see him now. Looks like they should be able to grab this Finn. And no, he's going to get away. Wraith Fire Blast does get him along with rockets from the Tinker. I guess not rockets, maybe right click? I'm not sure. I didn't hear the rocket sound, but that doesn't mean anything. So they were able to rotate down and catch this Finn. Looks like the Axe is doing some work on the Tidehunter up here. Tidehunter's got to get in there to right click, and spinning Axe can make life kind of miserable. Oh, and he gets dunked. T with the dunk on Evil Tars. Tried to do a loop-de-loop around the Axe, and that's just not what you need when he's spinning like that. RNG was in his favor. Looks like the Treant's going to go down. Easy kill for the Warlock. No trees in the area.
Radiant's top tower
He just gets torn up. Someone brought some sentry wards. You can see him. They put down another observation ward. That should be within range here. Are they going to get it before it times out? Oh, ruined.
Radiant's middle tower tower is under attack.
And so they deny the sentry or the obs ward now. They
Not
realized
much
somebody had
good's
seen it.
happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Smart play there, because they're going to probably now spend money on a sentry ward that's not going to do them any good in that area.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Dire's top tower is taking some damage, put some pressure on the axe now. Tree looks like he's rotated up top to help out the Tide Hunter. We slow down this axe a little bit. But again, the problem is you have to stand next to the axe, and that is kind of what he wants you to do.
Radiant's middle tower is losing out.
Smart money.
However, they are able to beat on him enough that he's got to decide to run back to underneath his tower. Got a TP coming in from the Omni Knight. And Purification Heal comes out. Tree's gonna go beat on some creeps. Axe is like, hey, come here guys, I'm not done yet. There's a spin, dunk, and he gets away. He gets away with murder. He just walks in, murders the Ursa, and decides he's done. And just leaves.
Radiant's bottom tower
Here comes
is
the
under
Necro.
attack.
Does have hook. Not good. It is enough. Wow, alright. Purification was able to put together enough damage to finish that off.
Bottom tower.
Did not think that would be the case.
Fortified their structures.
For that treasure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And looks like Dire is just going to whack on this tower. Everybody has gone and left this lane. So
Radiant's bottom
Spin and
tower's
Warlock
got
are just
problems.
slowly banging at the tower. So Spin's going to go. Spin's got some mana boots this game. Interesting. Who knows if that was if that's the play? That's kind of odd. See if this works out, though. I will allow him to have money for all of the Stormhammers he wants, I guess.
For you.
But missing out on those extra stats may be a thing. Let's take a look at top. Axe and Omni are just going to bully this Tide out of the lane. I think at this point, if he gets called and purified, there's not a lot he can do about it. Back down bottom. Looks like Tinker's down bottom. He spent a lot of time running around chasing these teammates around. He still hasn't finished his boots and travels, and he's getting in these fights. I feel like maybe his team does need him, but he's missing out on a lot of farm this way. And looks like that's going to be a dead Wraith King. He does not have Reincarnation up yet. That's going to be a TP out from the Tinker. Meanwhile, the Omni Knight's trying to catch himself a piece of the tree. He's only level 4. Right now, Necro is winning the CS battle with Tide quickly behind. All the bully and Tide was receiving up top, he has been able to get some farm. And now they use Ravage with the Tinker TP in, and they're able to kill off that axe again.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
They finally did get the tower here, bot. Nothing the tree could do. Living Armor only does so much at level 4, and
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
if people are just constantly beating on it, it doesn't heal it enough. So
Someone better help Dire's middle
Tree's
tower.
wandering around. He's hoping his team will come down
Looks
here and
like
help him with
Dire
this
fortified
lane,
their
but
structures.
his team is like, nah, we've got bigger priorities, man.
Dire's middle
Call
tower
us when they
isn't
get to the
going
tier
last
2.
long.
We'll talk then. So, you get a deep ward down here on the Shrine of Radiant.
Radiant's bottom tower's got
I don't think
problems.
Trant saw that, and he's kind of playing mobile ward here at the moment. He does get himself a tome. That should put him over
Radiant's
level
bottom
5.
tower is under attack.
He's closer to 6 for that overgrowth. I'm not sure what Tinker's doing over here. I think he's going to get himself a solo kill on the Warlock and then just kind of walk out. He needs to be careful, though. He's in deep, and he does not have a TP. So he needs to find a path out. and
Radiant's
not
top
get
tower
caught.
is under attack.
Got a TP coming in from the Warlock, and poor him, he's gonna walk right back into the path of Tinker. And here comes Finn, though. They do have a stun now. Stormhammer comes out. Is it going to be enough? Living Armor comes out. It's going to delay this a little bit. Tinker's walking around. He's going to go to the shrine. Got a Tide Hunter coming in. He does not have Ravage. But he's going to slow down that Omni Knight. And that might be enough that the Ursa can get a piece of him. A couple more right clicks. Oh, Guardian Angel comes out, but that is not going to protect you from a Tinker laser. And that's another kill going the way of the Tinker. So let's switch over to Networth here and let's check that out. We've got Necro at the top with 4,200, Axe real close behind, just shy of 4,000, and then highest Radiant is Tinker at 3,500. So nice little lead, about 1,800 for the Dire right now. We can see here on the graph, it's right about 2,000. Experience difference is only about 1,000 in the favor of Dire, but they do have the favor. So, considering that one tier 1 has gone down for the Radiant, I feel like the biggest amount of the difference is there. Otherwise, it's pretty even still. Stun comes out on the Necro. That's going to be a dead Necro. He's not going to be able to get away from it. Ravage comes out. Not sure they needed that. Hook's going to come out. It's not going to be enough to kill the Wraith King. Omni does jump in. They are able to take the first kill of the Wraith King. But now it's all going south. Spin pops God Strength. He's decided he wants a piece of this action. Tinker is not going to make it out. Tree is like, oh god, what have I gotten myself into? I need to get back over here somewhere. Stormhammer comes out. Necro, Overgrowth. That's not going to be enough. Ghost Shroud comes out. Nothing Ursa can do about that. And looks like they're going to turn this into a push on the tier 1. Doesn't have a lot of health left. Maybe not the biggest of deals. They do smoke up. They're looking to walk right into this Axe. And he's just going to walk past him. Get the blink on the tree. Dunk. Stormhammer comes out. Then it's just going to start chopping. Fatal Bond. There goes the Ursa. He's down. Tinker is able to clean up on the Sven in the back lane here. And then Axe is just chasing, man. He's like, screw this. Omni's able to chase down the Wraith King, who also has mana boots. Strange. Everybody's got mana boots. Don't know about the everybody having mana boots build.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Tinker does got his bots up, but him having to come to all these fights is not probably what he really wants to do. TP out. You get a stun out on the Necro, but Omni Purification comes in. There's Leech Seed. Rockets come through. Axe is looking for a blink. They smoke. Right in the middle of the lane on top of creeps, so Dire knew that's happening. I guess that was the we don't care if you see a smoke, we're smoking anyway kind of smoke. And they're going to jump off into the Roche. I gotta feel that Dire, Infamous Gaming's gotta know what's going on. They didn't push up the high ground. They've gotta know that, hey, where'd they smoke to? I'm just gonna go take a look at the lane, see there's just a tree there. Maybe they don't know. Maybe this was a genius play. Roche goes down. Ursa now has 2 lives. grouped up here. Rockets from Tinker doing a lot of work. Pretty sure they've got to keep using heals. Axe is kind of looking to take a peek. He jumps in, misses the blink call. Tinker was able to TP out just in time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Got 5 people grouped up here. Meanwhile, split push is coming out. Got a Tidehunter pushing in down here.
Dire's
Up top, you've got the Tinker putting work in on this tower. And this is kind of what I mentioned, is they kind of want to group up and fight, and
Dire's bottom tower
Afro-Peruvians kind of like, we're just going to spread up a little bit, and maybe we don't fight that way. Overgrowth comes out. Guardian Angel comes out, and that's going to be all that there is for Ursa to do for a minute. He's not going to be able to do something. Axe jumps in. He's going to be able to get the dunk off, looks like, on the tree. He's too deep, though. He's going to take some tower shots. This Wraith King's going to take him down. Tidehunter comes in to finish him off. Meanwhile, Ursa's getting chased around. He did already lose Aegis. He's like, screw this, I'm taking you with me. Turns around, punches Sven in the face. And then, looks like Warlock's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Wraith King's decided he wants to play. He does have reincarnation, but the Golem is just doing too much damage right now. Tidehunter comes in, bops out the Ravage, and that's a kill there. Omni needs to be careful. The tree's coming in. It looks like they're on their way out. They've decided they've had enough of that. Put some Leech Seed in the Golem, finish it off, get a nice chunk of bounty gold there. And nice little exchange there. Swings the experience net worth, or the net worth, into the favor of the Radiant. 2,000 net worth swing there. 2,000 to 2,000. I guess that's 4,000. And then difference in experience has also jumped up to about 2,000 the other way around. So several nice kills there by the Radiant have worked out in their favor. And meanwhile, they were able to take both of the outer tier 1s with the split push from Tide and Tinker. So Ursa's looking to grab that blink here in the next minute or so. Only needs about another 200, 250 gold for that. Tree is still super poor, but that's the life of a tree. You don't get any respect. Buy wards, press R, heal things. It's just kind of your life as a tree. Now Dire does have this ward up here. He's getting good vision of all of this. He knows the Wraith King and the Ursa and the Tinker were all right here mid. He also probably saw the tree walk over here and hang out by these trees. So they're backing up. They decide that's not what they need. Blink Dagger is now finished for Ursa. And they're just kind of farming. Tinker is doing Tinker things. He's working on about to have his Blink Dagger finished as well, which will make him a lot harder to track down during his TPs and stuff here. So they've rotated everybody down. They were looking to grab that Tinker, and he just was like, nope, I'm out. I got things to do. Goes into the jungle, grabs some Keep Krampus. It's going to be enough for him to finish up his Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Wraith King and Ursa and Tree are kind of bopping around over here. Tidehunter, he's like, hey, there's this warding activity happening over here. I'm not excited. However, he did blink up there. I don't know that that's where he wants to be. He is not going to have a way down. They put another ward up there. He just bops that one too. Oh, and then he does get enough to blink out, so
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last
he was
long.
able to escape. two wards are just right outside of each other. Again, Dire's kind of grouped up here mid. They really wanted to look for pickoffs, but Radiant's just being patient. They're letting Tinker do Tinker things, and
Oh my.
just not a lot happening. Everybody's kind of just chilling for a second. Got more Tinker action up top here. They did smoke up as 5. They're going to be able to catch this Tinker. He's going to TP in right on top of him. He realizes something's up, blinks away, but is it going to be enough? Nope. There it is. He's a dead Tinker. He's down for 66 seconds. Wraith King jumps in. He's like, oh, I don't know that this is the play. Ravage comes out. Overgrowth. They are able to bring down the Omni Knight, which means no Guardian Angel, but the rock drop. The bond. Wraith King's coming back. Stun comes out on Sven. Now we're going to be able to take down the Sven now. He gets off another Leech Seed. Axe is going after him, but he's like, help friends, help! And then they're just all going to gang up on the Axe. He does happen to take down 2 of them with the last minute spin there. This guy has the best RNG as the Axe I've seen in a long time. He spins for days. Goes to the drive-thru at Sping Donald's or something.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Radiant is going to be able to grab this tier 1 unless the TPN of the Necro is something they're worried about.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Pretty much, Necro needs to be careful. He may have stayed too long. Tinker's gonna blink into the woods. Gonna let off some March of the Machines here. Puts the hammer down. That is a bear, dead bear for 70 seconds. They just hung around too long, trying to kill the Necro. Got the Shadow Blade on the Necro now. Wraith King taking some heat. Axe blinks in. Doesn't get the call. That's going to be a dead Wraith King. He did not have reincarnation. And there's just not much anybody can do at this point. Tide does not have Ravage.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this.
Tree does have Overglows, but they don't really have any damage to dish out with the Ursa and the Wraith King both down.
Radiant's middle tower is
However, they are going to be able to put living armor on the tower, kind of slow down the push a little. Maybe they'll be able to slow it down enough that the Wraith King and the Ursa can come back and be able to defend. Looks like Dire's like, nah, you know what? We need out. It's no longer looking great. You see the TP in, Spin blinks out, stuns the Tidehunter. Meanwhile, Ursa's just gonna right-click the Warlock to death. There's no Warlock. Guardian Angel comes out. Axe misses another call. And Ursa's like, okay, you got Guardian Angel on. I'm just gonna wait till it's over and then right-click you. And everybody else is out. Got the escape happening here. I won't be right. Overall net worth is going in the way of the Radiant, though. Highest net worth in the game right now is currently the Tidehunter. Being so tanky in these team fights has made it really hard for them to take him down and get a kill off of him. More Tinker things. Well, bottom lane, Tidehunter's going to just split push on his own. He says, screw it. Tinker, you can do it, I can do it too.
Smart money.
It's another Roche. We'll give it to the bear. Let's see who picked up the cheese. Looks like Wraith King's got himself a cheese. He's going Diffusal Blade. Not something I see a lot of on Wraith Kings. Not bad, I suppose. I'll give him the lineup, but it's not something I see a lot of. So interesting. Don has decided that that river needs to be dry. So he gets his vial out. He says, "Need you to be dry for the next 3 minutes." The tree was thirsty, soaked up all the water, something like that. However you would like to role play it out. Looks like they're going to find a ward here. Get a nice D ward. Spin's going to throw out a pause. Immediate unpause coming in.
The battle resumes.
Ursa says no pause, man. See if Infamous Gaming try to repause again. Looks like maybe they're gonna let it go. Tinker's got the lane pushed in under this tier 2 tower.
Gold and sweet.
Tinker's gonna make it real hard for them not to be able to group up and just run down mid like they want. He's getting his items. He's got 800 more gold and he'll have an Ags done, which will make him even harder to deal with. Axe is able to finish his blade mill. He's working on getting a BKB figured out here. Wraith King's got himself an Invis rune. He's just kind of looking to see what's up here. I don't know that the Necro's the easiest target. He's probably wishing he found somebody else. Or maybe he's going to wait for the Tinker to come in. And him plus the Tinker is easy kill here, I think, for sure. I don't think they really have a choice. Dust comes out. He's going to go. They try to TP out. They need a stun. Wraith King doesn't get there. Tinker maybe went a little bit too early with that dust. Maybe was not the choice. So they're kind of grouped back up here mid. Spin does have his Echo Saber and Blink Dagger finished. G's not leading net worth. He is third best on his team behind the Necro and the Axe. So definitely use some more. Tide is about to finish his refresh orb. He needs about another 1,300 gold for that. And then he'll have Mech Refresher Blink on his Tide. And that'll make them being able to push his 5 even more difficult for the Dire. Get that double Ravage combination. Plus an Overgrowth. It's going to be real hard to push into that. Sin jumps in, gets a stun off. Ursa's like, no, that's my Tinker. You get the fuck out. That's a dead Spin, just like that. Did not even get God Strength off. Tinker's gonna TP in. Looks like they're gonna make a play for this mid tier 1 with the Spin down. Martian Machines is gonna come out. Wraith Fire Blast. Guardian Angel comes out. But they're gonna have to leave. They can't do much about it during this. They might be able to get a kill on the Wraith King here. Ravage comes in. There's a dead Omni Knight. No more heals going to be coming out. Tree gets a Leech Seed off, but that's going to be it. They're diving back in the base. Axe jumps back, hits a shrine. They're diving tier 3s. This is not really what you want your team to be doing when there's a tier 2 still standing. They're at the tier 4s. They're like, screw this. There's Axe Call. There goes the Aegis. Oh no, that's just Reincarnation. Not bad. Ursa's just beating the crap out of Spin. Still standing by the tier 4s. Another Axe Call. Can he get enough spins? There goes the Wraith King. And that's going to be a dead Ursa. And they forgot he had the Aegis. So Hook is wasted, but he is not getting out. He's just going to die twice there. And meanwhile, the Tinker has not taken the tier 2. So 4-man loss. Technically, I suppose that was more of a 6-man loss because they had Aegis and Reincarnation, and they should not have been diving these tier 4s. Two ham, fam.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Looks like everybody's got some cool. Ooh, let me take a look at those. Let me take a look at them. And a Terrorblade one. That's pretty dope, right? What's this one? Lich. Not bad. Rubik. Okay. Slardar. Nice. Pretty cool looking effigies. Let's see if Radiant's got equally cool looking ones at the same time here. Got a Venge. What's this? Slark? It's kind of an odd looking Slark. He's jumping up out of water or something. I guess that's okay. What's this? Pudge? Nice Pudge one. Is that another Lich? Is that what this is? Yeah, another Lich. Right on. Alright. Couple Liches. Funny looking Slark one. Interesting FUGs. Tinker's got his Ags finished. Now starts work on his Sheep Stick. Le Scythe of Vice. Let's run through and look at everybody else's items somehow. Not worth checking. That's what I give a clicking up crafting. That's what happens when you let me click on things, guys. I break it. Look at items we've got. A couple diffusal blades. Ravage. Double Ravage has got to be almost up, right? Let's take a look at Tide's net worth. Yeah, he's just a few hundred gold away from being able to do that. Tree's still pretty poor. Pick up some smoke there. Got a Helven's Halberd coming out on Omni Knight, looking to disarm. Sven's still pretty poor. Oh, we have a fight that we're missing. He's looking at stuff. Looks like they were able to catch the split pushing Tide Hunter. Which that may slow down his... Nope, he was able to get his fresh pressure, so... He's dead for 85 seconds, but he does have refresher now, so... He's probably saying to himself, it's worth. No problemos. Tinker's mid. I do have an Omni Knight kind of looking to maybe poke his head in here, but... He's just got to be there to clean up these creeps. Tinker keeps shoving in their face. Lotus Orb finished on Necro. We're looking to purge off some of the stuns and disables. Worried about Tinker firing off rockets and lasers. However, the Tinker just waits. Lets the Ursa punch him a couple times and then finishes it off. Bien Jigado. I'm not sure if that is a kind of ice cream, like Ben and Jerry's, or what. Looks like they're going for another Roche here. Not sure there's anything Dire can do about it. We got an Omni Knight trying to farm some mansions. Axe just farming up some camps. Axe does have a completed Blink Dagger at this point. It's going to be another Aegis and Cheese.
Immortality.
Cheese goes the way of Wraith King. Aegis goes the way of Ursa once again.
The armor have omniscience.
Got them moving through over here.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
Pushing on this tier 2. They've also got the bottom tier 2 pushed out. Not really sure what the Dire's plan is. They're grouped up in the base. Did they smoke up? We have a smoke happening? They did smoke up. Necro's smoke's going to get broken by the Ursa. He's like, whoa.
Dire's top tower is under
Lotus Orb comes out. That's going to stun both him and the Wraith King. Overgrowth comes out. Rock gets dropped. There's a Ravage. There's the second Ravage.
top tower.
And that is a bunch of dead people. It's a very late Guardian Angel, and there are 4 dead, and the Axe is like, screw this, I'm going back to the base, you can have the tier 2.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Beating on Dire's top
I'm just going to push up this high ground.
Dire's snow fortified
Glyph comes
their
out, but
structures.
there's nobody. They don't even have buybacks. It's just the Axe for 15 seconds.
Those cracks in
30
Dire's
seconds before anybody but the Warlock comes back. So this should be a dead tier 3, possibly a Rax.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is gone. Just a faint
Really no reason to zone him, I don't think, but the team doesn't seem to want to punch the buildings. Anyway, alright, there he goes. Now he's punching.
Dire's top
He's like, come on, guys, we gotta get this done. 3-man call. BKB comes out. There's a Spin Stormhammer. They're getting a lot of damage put in, but they're not able to bring anybody down. They still do have Aegis and Reincarnation too, so it's just like, I want to get this right. Here comes a hook. Was able to take down the Reincarnation of the Wraith King, but that doesn't do him any good. The extra spawn time doesn't take effect on the Reincarnation. So, however, they were able to kill him off a second time, and now it looks like once again they're going to feed Dive in the Well. Instead of just backing out, they are now staying at the well. Ursa's going to die a second time, just like the last time he had Aegis. And that is that. 12,000 net lead for the Radiant, however, and Tinker has already decided to jump out of here and go push this bottom tier 2. He also just TP'd mid. They're going to be able to catch him. They kind of know where he's been TPing. We'll see if Axe makes the jump. He tried. Not quite fast enough. Looks like the Tidehunter is also in quite a bit of trouble.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
However, Spin doesn't really know what's going on. He's walking through the March of the Machines. Seems like lost. Somebody needs to give him a street sign to where the Tinker or the Tidehunter went. He was unable to locate them. So that's a BKB charge down. That was the 10-second BKB of the Spin as well. And he spent it walking around inside of a March of the Machines. Looks like they're going to get a Stormhammer off here mid on the tree. Omni, Purification. Overgrowth does come out. However, they get Upheaval,
Dire's bottom tower is
Reaper
under
Scythe.
attack.
Tree's dead for 80 seconds. There's an invisible axe. He's got a Shadow Blade now as well. Interesting. He had to have seen the Tidehunter there. He just decided that was not his choice. Ursa does jump in. Here comes a Ravage. Double Ravage again. And that is a couple of dead supports. I don't know that double Ravage for 2 supports is the play, but I think he was hoping to get the Necro as well. Sheepstick comes out. It's not going to be enough though. They are not paying attention to this. This Lotus Orb, fam. Wraith King's ended up killing himself thanks to the Lotus Orb. He finally gives up and just jumps in there and kills it with the Ursa. Buyback coming out from the Necro. And 2 minutes for the Necro Sean. Looks like they're going to be able to get this mid-tier 2. Creeps pushing into their base on the top here that the Dire has to deal with. Looks like Tinker's going to TP in mid. They do bring some sentries this time. These pesky little Shadow Blades that the Axe and the Necro have purchased are going to have less of an effect here. So they put the ward down, push the creep wave in, and then they all just kind of leave. Looks like they're going to go work on some shrines here. Tree finally got himself a pipe. Look at that. Rich tree.
Double damage.
Ursa's got an Abyssal Blade now. Oh, that's a hook. That was Wraith King's first life. Blink in, call on the Tinker. Looks like they're going to be able to get the Tinker. Tinker's down for 72 seconds. Guardian Angel comes out. Still able to get the Necro. Over and call, and that's a dead Ursa. That's a 4-for-1. Fantastic fight for the Dire. Was able to get off all their spells in pretty good succession there, taking out the Tinker first, allowing Spin and Axe to just kind of finally do some damage. So the only one of those that has buyback is the Wraith King. Ursa, Tinker, and Tree do not have buyback, so they are running down mid here. Let's see what they can get. They'll probably definitely get this tier 2. I don't see really any way they can stop that. Although they do not hit towers that hard as an Omni, Axe, and Warlock. They really need the Spin. He's busy pushing out the bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Tide's trying to slow him down a little bit. They are pushing up the high ground here. Spin's going to come in. He's going to blink stun into the base. Are they going to dive this time? Maybe. Everybody's back alive, and Dire's like, nah, you know what? That tier 1, tier 2 is all we need. We're content. Oh, they do get a Hex off. Is it going to be enough? BKB's popped. Overgrowth. Ravage. Another Ravage. And now they're just going to clean it up. Axe is like, no, let me go. Let me out, fam. Fam, please. I'm just an Axe, man. And now he's dead. Immediate buyback from the Warlock. Not sure that was needed. Looks like they're going to be able to get this bottom tier 2 as well.
Radiant just denied their bottom tower.
Ursa's almost finished his Vlad's.
Gold for me.
Not sure what Tidehorn is working on. Probably some Guardian Greaves, working on his GG boots. Omni's got GG boots up. Having Talbird. Axe still BKB, Shadow Blade, Blink, Blade Mail. Looks like he's going to start working on a heart. Sven's got himself a Chrysalis finally. Warlock's poor. Got some mana boots. Necro's got Shadow Blade, Lotus, and Veil. Alright, so let's see what they can do here about pushing the high ground. Puts the Lotus Orb on himself. Walks in. Tinker doesn't care about that. He's not lasered during you. Roche goes down. There's a Aegis for the bear. Looks like the buddy Wraith King's gonna grab the cheese again, right? Yep. And picked up a double damage as well. This is gonna be a high ground push if there ever was one. We'll have to see if the Dire can mount a defense. Now double Ravage is down. They're only gonna have one Ravage, I think, for this fight. And that's if it lasts for another 30 seconds. They may not have any if they go now. He jumps in, Anchor smashes, Tinker jumps up high ground, gets a Hex off, Axe blinks, calls, misses, Tinker blinks out, Rockets are flying through. The tree is way too deep. But he takes the hook. The tree does. Warlock golems are dropped. That's a lot of damage coming in. Wraith King goes down. He's back. Looks like they're going to finally get the Tidehunter. He's so tanky. They do finally get him. Ursa's down. Aegis being popped. They're just diving too deep. And once again, the Bear and Wraith King are both going to die twice in the middle of the Dire base. That is the third time. They are standing behind towers, just dying, instead of actually taking objectives. So it's a full team wipe. Dire is going to be able to push down mid here. There's only a buyback on the Tinker and the tree. I'm not sure they're going to be able to defend this. Let's look at buyback status for the Dire. No buyback statuses for the Dire at all. So if they push and lose this somehow, they're just dead. So this could be a GG push. We'll have to see if the Tinker and Tree can do it. Now they cannot get Megas because there is a tier 2. The Tinker's already bought back. He's going to probably lay down some March of the Machines here. Try to slow this down. Try to keep everybody out kind of deal. Stormhammer comes out. God Strength. And that's a hook. That's a dead Tinker. He's dead for 122 seconds. That's definitely going to be one lane of racks. I don't think Radiant is going to try to defend this. Afro-Peruvian is just going to have to watch as some of their buildings fall.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
So Tyler blinks in. He throws out a Ravage. Throws out a second Ravage. There's an Overgrowth. But again, nobody cares. Overgrowth, 2 Ravages, and nobody died. Lotus Orb comes up. Wraith King dies. He's back. Throws out another stun. Comes the Ursa. Maybe he can turn something around. Purification comes out. Tidehunter's about to go down again. Tidehunter's down for good. And looks like Afro-Peruvian is just going to have to leave. Ursa turns around, lays into the spin. Axe blinks in, gets a call. Is he going to get a dunk? That's dead Ursa. That's got to be GG. The only person that has buyback is the tree, and there ain't nothing he's going to do. So, I call GG. Should be the end of the game here. A few seconds. Well, somebody may have canceled it. Rocks come out. Not really needed. We're going to go straight for the throne here. There's nothing anybody can do. And so this is definitely, this team fight, not team fight, this game, was definitely a case of diving too deep. The Ursa and the Wraith King died 6 times near the tier 4s for absolutely no benefit. Dove in there with the whole team, got team wiped twice, and other 2 times they just both died in the base for no reason. I think that Afro-Peruvian, if they would have stuck to objective gaming instead of trying to go for the home run and knock it out of the park with a bunch of kills, then I think maybe they'd be up a couple more sets of racks. It'd be a lot harder for Infamous Gaming to push down mid and win the game like that. So it's a case of 3T2 with nothing else, man. So jump out of here and see. Maybe we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do the championship series of this bracket. I don't want to watch that game again. Stop. Silly game.